Hi everybody, I'm here today to show you how to use this digital angle finder and level gauge from TickTockTools. So first thing I want to show you is it comes with this carrying case just for protection and storage. Pretty self-explanatory, and comes with instructions as well, but if you're a visual learner like me, hopefully this video will be helpful for you to just see how to do the various things that the tool can do. So first thing I want to show you is to replace or put in a new battery. You don't have to remove any screws. Basically just pull that tab, remove the cover, and then install your battery and just snap that back into place. So now to turn the unit on, it's the on-off button. You just have to push it once and it will turn on. Now the numbers are probably jumping around a little bit. That's just because I'm holding it and I'm not steady. But when you put it on a flat surface, that will steady out. In order to shut the unit off, you're just going to hold that on-off button for 3 seconds and it's going to shut the unit off for you. Okay, so I've got a few different tools here. Of course, we're demonstrating the digital angle finder. You're probably wondering, why do I have a baking pan? This actually makes it easy to demonstrate some of the different features of the tool and how to use it. So before I move on to the rest of the demonstration, just wanted to show you quickly how strong the magnet is. You heard it snap onto this baking pan, which is pretty heavy, but you can see if you lift it, you can do that without having any issues because of the strength of the magnet. Base. Now just the bottom is magnetic, not the sides, so you're going to use the base to set it up on a miter saw or any type of saw, and then anything else that you might be trying to measure. So now we'll turn the unit on, and just to let you know, this table and the baking pan, neither one is exactly level at 0.0, but it doesn't really matter for this demonstration. It's really just to show you how to use a different feature. So now when you turn it on, it's going to be in absolute mode. You're going to see the ABS over the numbers. It tells you you're in absolute mode. That means your horizontal is your 0. So if you then change the angle, it's going to measure the new angle on there. And that way you can say from your horizontal, say you're on a miter saw and you're just trying to measure the angle that you need to cut. This would be against your saw. You'll see the new angle. So that's going to be your absolute angle measurements. Now, if you need relative angles, if you're in this position and you need another angle from there relative to this one, you're just going to hit your 0 button. So that's going to zero the unit out at this new angle. And if you want to then measure from there, now it's going to give you a reading basically from your new 0. Now it's going to measure the relative angle from there. In order to get it back to your horizontal, being your 0, you just have to hit the on-off button one time. So once you hit on off, it's going to go back to having your horizontal surface as your level surface. So the other feature I want to show you is, say you've measured an angle and say it's in a tight spot, you can't exactly see it, or you just need to remember what that angle is. You can hit the hold button in the middle. It's going to hold that angle for you. No matter what you do with the unit, turn it upside down, whatever you do, it's going to keep that angle. So however you need to use that feature, you can use that. It's there for you. To get out of the hold, just push the hold button again one time. It's going to take you back to absolute measurement. So the other thing I wanted to show you was just if you do need to measure upside down, or you need to invert the unit for some reason, the display will actually invert as well, so you can read it. It's actually going to invert and you can see it right side up. And you know, it's going to kind of change as you do that. But if you take it back to your right side up position, you'll see it's going to go back to your 0. Now, as far as calibrating the unit, that's a question that people always have. The units are factory calibrated. You don't have to worry about calibrating it. The only time I would say to actually calibrate it is if you notice over time, and this shouldn't, unless you really hit the unit hard or something happens to it, shouldn't mess anything up. But if you notice that you're on a flat surface and it's telling you it's 10 degrees, then you want to calibrate the unit at that point. That's included in the instructions. Very easy. We'll probably do another video about that at some point if there are a lot of questions about it. But for now, it's pretty easy to do, and again, you shouldn't need to do that. So again, that's pretty much everything I wanted to demonstrate. This again is the digital angle finder and level gauge from TickTockTools. I hope you enjoyed the video, and look forward to making some more videos in the future. Thanks again.